It is when actually things are hard, life is tough and difficult, that you actually can make something tangible out of your life. If you are always comfortable, then I will tell you today that there is a whole lot of limit to what you can achieve in life. If you are comfortable, you are not going to grow. You are in difficult times, then there's every possibility that you will grow, right? You find things difficult, then you will grow. You find things easy, then you will not grow. During this same era that you are crying that the difficult times are hitting on you and taking you down, I am telling you that some people are taking advantage of it and becoming a billionaire. You are afflicted with problems, adversities, challenges, hardship. Maybe you can't even afford to eat. That should be like a trigger. That should be something to push you, like motivate you, be a motive behind the powers that are going to push you to really get to do what you are supposed to do that you were not doing and relaxing. Today we're going to be talking about how you can hack into the system of wealth in difficult times, or using actually difficult times. I have noticed one trend. Earlier, before I came to make this presentation today, I was thinking deeply about some circumstances and things that are happening around me. And I found out that it is when actually things are hard, life is tough and difficult, that you actually can make something tangible out of your life. Maybe you don't understand that. If you are always comfortable, then I will tell you today that there is a whole lot of limit to what you can achieve in life. We're going to analyze this. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is A. Kabir, and today is the 38th of our live video session, and we're going to be having it hot today. How can you benefit going through tough times and difficult times? How is it a hack for you to actually gain access into wealth and riches? Now, let's break it down. You see, I'm going to be doing word and opposite. Let me look at it like word and opposite. You are comfortable, you are not going to grow. You are in difficult times, then there's every possibility that you will grow, right? You find things difficult, then you will grow. You find things easy, then you will not grow. Do you understand? Let's look at most children of the rich. Most of them find it very difficult to make something tangible out of their lives. Yes, because as far as I'm concerned, I know that part of the problem the rich people have is actually their inability to bring up their children as supposed, right? It's quite unfortunate that most of them don't have time for their children, and that in a lot of ways results into the children not getting the needed attention, the needed training for them to actually become who they actually are supposed to become. But the truth is, because they are not always available, most of them tends to always want to, take the children's attention away by giving them so much gifts, by unnecessary gifts, so what I would call it. And this tends to it's not normal for you to, instead of you to be there as a parent, you try to buy their attention with money or with gift and all of that. So with time, this is what they become very comfortable actually, and it's hard for them to make something tangible out of comfort. So if you find yourself always comfortable, then I am telling you that the possibility for you to grow bigger is hard. Then what are you now supposed to be doing? The question is, am I now supposed to be looking at something tough, like I should be looking forward to having tough time? Well, to a lot of people, the answer should be yes, if really you want to grow. Do you understand? And I tell people that this era of this current economic crisis we are in, especially in my country, Nigeria, if you are watching me somewhere else, I'm talking to you live from Abuja, right? The capital city of Nigeria. Currently in my country, Nigeria, we are facing a lot of economic hardship and people can hardly feed. So I also observed that during this hard time, it's actually another turnaround for some lot of people. And some people, instead of breaking down, are now becoming new millionaires and billionaires during this same era. That you are crying that the difficult times are hitting on you and taking you down. I am telling you that some people are taking advantage of it and becoming a billionaire. It might not make sense to you. That's because you are not in the understanding, you have not built your understanding to that level. You have not built your learning capacity to understand how to take advantage of hard time. However you want to look at it, see, if you have life easy, you are definitely limited. Do you know that the brain itself is wired to search for solutions when it's encountered problems, challenges, adversities? Of course, normally you will be okay, and each time you found out that you are okay, you don't have any problem, nothing worries you, then that again is another problem for your growth. Do you understand? Thank you for joining us, Lau Zaki. Thank you for always joining our sessions. And I tell you, the particular problem you are going through right now, hidden within it is another seed, a hack for you to grow, for you to become better. I don't know how to explain this. I have some. Okay, take for example, let's look at risk taking. And do you know that? Let me tell you something else before I will talk more of risk. While I was working for others, I noticed that in most cases I don't have to worry about what is happening in the company. I have less worry. Like I was a lecturer, I was much less concerned about how whosoever is paying me the salary. I don't know, but I just know that by the end of the month I'm gonna get my paycheck. Probably that's what is happening to you right now. You probably don't know what the challenges of the business owner is going through, and your own is just by the end of the month you should just get your money, your salary. So you don't have to worry much, and that's what they call job security. That's what you are calling job security. You are not willing to stretch yourself much. And do you know, some of you are so careless that you don't even care about if the company is actually developing or not. Your own is, at least you come to work, whether you even get your part of the job done or not, at least you get a salary. I tell you, these are some of the things that have hindered your growth. That's why you are actually struggling. You don't really care, and you are not in difficult times. Well, it's quite unfortunate that it's coming so hard on some companies and they are beginning to downsize. Now let me tell you one of the tricks. You might be the first target in your company once they want to downsize, they want to reduce the level of staff, because you don't care, you don't really even know why you are there in the company in the first place. So your impact is not much felt, and once there is heat, Baba, they will downsize you. You are going down. Do you understand? So which means you are setting yourself up each time you look for comfort. And when people work for others, most times what they are looking for is job security, right? Comfort. If you find yourself always looking for ease, what I would call ease life and comfort, I am telling you that you are continuously going to be having it hard. But if you are having it hard and tough, then the other way around, you are just going to be blessed with so much wealth. So what I will call always get comfortable being uncomfortable. Each time I found myself, things are easy, sometimes when customers start buying things unnecessarily, money start flowing in, I start getting comfortable. That's a trap. I don't want to get into that trap. I don't want to get comfortable. I don't want to feel so excited about money. I don't want to get distracted. So I switched quickly and I began to look at what's the next project that could give me more inconvenience, because I know that it's a hack and more money is hidden inside difficulties, inside risk. See, let me tell you, this year alone, if I tell you the amount of money that we've lost in the market trying to risk and look at the possibility of harnessing more wealth in some things, and sometimes, I think most times, especially this year, it ends up messing up, but we understand the game. And you know, it's one thing to take a risk, it's another thing to always, at times people call it calculated risk, and at times me, I don't actually look at it like, once you can calculate the risk, it's no longer a risk. So that inconvenience, remember what we are talking about today is the fact that being uncomfortable, facing difficult times, and taking advantage of it. There is so much to learn in that shit, that problem. Do you know that when people go through problems and challenges, they actually convert it to wealth? Okay, maybe I'm not explaining this very well, but let me try to let you understand something. I've seen people that go through relationship problems and become relationship experts. I've seen people that were maltreated during their early growths, you know. Okay, take for example this man, Dr. Cosmos Maduka. You know, he was maltreated at a young age. His brother, I think his oga used him. Is he his brother or something? But at the end of the day, he served, I think, for 6 years free, and when he was about to leave, he was given just 200 naira. But today, he's a multi-billionaire from the same 200 naira, which is, as at that time, according to them, is equivalent to $1. He's now a multi-billionaire. Go and search for Koschari's group. That's the chairman of the company. Just to understand what I'm trying to say, when you are afflicted with problems, adversities, challenges, hardship, maybe you can't even afford to eat, that should be like a trigger. That should be something to push you, like motivate you, be a motive behind the powers that are going to push you to really get to do what you are supposed to do that you were not doing and relaxing. Do you understand today's presentation now? And how those difficult times is actually a hack, because your brain is wired to understand the fact that to even recognize opportunities, you don't need to be comfortable, and you should not be comfortable. Ask rich people. I have understood that. I have studied them very well. I understood that, look, these people, they are always struggling from one challenge to the other. Some days ago, when Dangote started coming online to complain about he was not being given fuel in naira and all of that, and the public began to support him in one way or the other, you know, comment and all of that, and later the government began to give him in naira and all of that. Do you understand now? I will tell you today that for free, that you are probably more comfortable than Dangote as a businessman, as a billionaire he is, billions of dollars. You sleep with your 2 eyes closed without problem. You don't think of anything. You are not bothered. You are not worried. You sleep very well. Usually, sometimes I feel like the poor enjoy life much more than the rich. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like that. Although they all have their advantages and disadvantages, it is always better to be rich, by the way. But the kind of comfort and the way, the opportunity the poor has to waste money, the way they waste money around doing unnecessary things, I don't know if I should call it an opportunity or I don't know, but the way you waste money, perhaps, let me give you an example. You have been struggling over a long period of time to be able to gather some amount of money. Perhaps you are into farming, and like in the villages, what some people do, they farm. It takes you probably a year or maybe 6 months, 8 months to be able to produce one particular kind of crops or whatsoever. It might not be farming, whatsoever business you are into, but it took you a lot of effort to be able to get some money. Let me tell you what the poor will quickly do. Either they just take the whole money to go and launch a new handset, or maybe what they call this new phone, iPhone, just to be able to snap and post on the social media. I just can't imagine the kind of waste habits. And some people have much more than that, can afford maybe times 50 of those kind of phone, but they are still managing small phone. Do you understand it? It's kind of confusing sometimes, but let me not digress too much. What I'm telling you in essence is that those comforts you are looking for, those kind of gratification you cannot delay until you're able to gather as much as possible, and you spend things unwisely, you act unwisely, right? Those are actually the factors that is contributing to your poverty. Your poverty is not from God. I keep telling you, it's not from God. You can change your life entirely once you begin to understand some of these tricks and you begin to work with it. So there is too much wealth in difficult times. There is so much wealth in having challenges. You just need to learn how to, because look at how I do some of my research. If I have a particular challenge, then I am triggered to look for the challenges within the challenge. The opportunities within the challenge. For every challenge comes with it a seed of an opportunity you can use to actually outlive it. When I see people complain so much about the government, spend so much time reading about what the government is doing that is not favoring them, I think about, why don't you even, if you know so much about the government and the things they are not doing right, why don't you compile it in a book and you sell to people? Inside the problem, you find solution, you sell it and make money. See, if you stop thinking problem and start looking at problem like a seed that you can actually plant and water it to grow, your life will turn around 360. Some people are happy to see that there are challenges, because within the challenges they know that's where the solution comes. If you never face any challenges, you won't even think of problem. You won't even think of solution. And therefore, without providing solutions, there's no income. It will amaze you to know today that people create problems so that immediately they create the problem, they actually come along with it, the solution. And because the problem exists, people will have to buy the solution. This is actually bad, but it's happening in this world. And I can give you quite a few examples. There are a lot of problems that people actually created those problems. And therefore, since they already knew that this problem existed, they now bring the solution. Then you have to buy the solution. By the way, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. And I'm not encouraging you to go and create problems. But there are millions of problems happening already. Even if it's not happening to you, you are not in problem. By the way, I know you are in problem. And that problem, I'm telling you, if you think carefully, there's a solution to it. And that solution, there are millions of other people that are suffering from the same problem. So if you know the solution to it, you can now first use the solution for yourself. If you are successful at it, you extend it to the next neighbor who is facing the same problem, and guess what they will do? They will buy it. You are just not thinking. Do you see how you can have a challenge being a hack? You leverage and then you become successful. Right? I don't want to spend much time today, but I believe you've gotten the message. Most times I might not have the best words to communicate what I want to teach, but like I told you, I always look for a way not to be carrying notes each time I have an idea and I want to throw it right to teaching people whatsoever I'm thinking. right? But those are the things that is working for me. So each time I see problem, I don't think of it like a problem. So I think of it like this has come to show me the way. Do you understand it now? It's like a pointer trying to tell me, okay, maybe you need to do something else, or maybe you need to redo it, or maybe you need to use this problem to provide solution so that you can solve this problem. Do you understand it now? So if you want to think about problem, think the positivity within it. For every problem comes with a solution within it that you could use to scale and actually be better. Do you understand? Even sometimes you should listen to what people are saying that bothers them. That's when we go on media, that's what we are looking for. What are people, when I read through the comment section, I might not be the best people that comment, but if I read through people's comments, I try to observe what is it that they are complaining about, what is it that worries them, and what could possibly be the solution. And these days it's amazing that the solution might just be very, very close. But guess what? Most people that have the problem, just like you, do not even think about the solution. So for you to come and think about the solution on their behalf, sell it to them, they will even be grateful. Every rich person I know today are problem solvers, one way or the other, by their product they provide or the services. They are problem solvers. And some of you keep talking about the rich that they are greedy. If you have never provided any product or services to help people solve their problem, you are the greedy person. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Jake. It's not about, when you think about that greediness, you just want people to come and give you their money, give you whatsoever they are earning for free. And once they refuse to give you, you think they are greedy. But you have forgotten that they have solved so much problems in the world, and they have made so much money to themselves. Money is literally just a reward for the problem you solve. So start thinking about the solutions you can have within those challenges you are facing, either personally or those of the people, and then start providing solutions. That is the new oil money. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.